Last time on Project Prometheus, the AI fleet got its first ever aircraft. Interestingly, ChatGPT opted to build aircraft before the Dreadnought, and I suspect this means that ChatGPT has some kind of trick up its sleeve, but that's going to have to wait for the future. Pictured here from surveillance footage are three Catalina bombers, a torpedo bomber designed by the AI in the previous episode of Project Prometheus. These bombers have proved to be quite a problem for our fleet because they are relatively quick and have a relatively strong armament. This makes them particularly difficult to deal with. So today, the human fleet has decided that we are going to build our very own aircraft force. So in the last episode of Project Prometheus, when the AI built its aircraft, it decided to choose two different classes. Now, within the rules of Project Prometheus, the rules specify that you can have up to two different classes, which means you cannot field any more than two, but you can choose to field less. I decided that two classes is a pretty optimal approach because it allows us to have one heavier fighter or bomber craft, and then one lighter interceptor type craft similar to ChatGPT. I also like ChatGPT's torpedo bomber approach, but instead of having many small torpedoes, my torpedo bomber is going to have a singular large heavy ordnance torpedo. Additionally, for the interceptor class, I had something of a strange idea. So while jet engines are not World War II technology and therefore are not allowed in Project Prometheus, there is a little bit of a workaround. If you've ever gone digging around the steam parts in From the Depths, you know that there is such a thing as a steam jet. All a steam jet is a pipe that is shaped in such a way that steam, pressurized from boilers, is forced out of the jet to generate forward thrust. Since this does not involve advanced technology and is definitely something that could have been around World War II era, this is permitted. And I decided to make my fighter plane based around a steam jet design. So interestingly enough, the Avenger fighter plane actually has a boiler on board and is powered by a 5 steam jet engine setup that allows it to go extremely fast. Additionally, for the bomber class, I decided to go with a slightly smaller form factor than ChatGPT picked. But again, this ship was centered around its armament, which is a single large torpedo deployed towards other ships. So it is time now to reveal what the human fleet has built for its air wing. So first we have our fighter class, or interceptor as we're calling it, vehicle. And this is the Avenger class aircraft. So what we have going on here is not that complicated. If we look here, this is only an 11,000 material craft, so it's super efficient and economical. And what you wouldn't know about this is that the main feature of it is hidden right now, and that is its engine setup. So, as I said, steam jets are technically rocket engines. Not only were rockets around in World War II, but they were actually widely used, not only in the form of V1s and V2s, but also in the form of an RPG-style weapon. So these steam jets are perfectly within the regulations. If you choose to do this, you're totally eligible for the project still. We have 5 steam jets centered around this, I believe it's a medium boiler, that is in the center of this craft here. And then we have our AI mainframe, our ammunition storage, some ailerons on the side, and then for the armament, it's pretty straightforward. So we have 60mm autocannons, 2 per side, but the thing about these autocannons is that they're attached to spin blocks. The flaw of autocannons generally is that they cannot turn, but with these spin blocks we've enabled it to turn, and since this is mounted here, that can turn up and down, and this one can turn side to side. However, the boiler is still exposed on the bottom, probably going to patch that up in the near future, but this thing is so fast it doesn't even matter. So that's our interceptor, the Avenger. And then we have something that I'm actually pretty proud of here. the Valentina bomber. So if you're not familiar, flying wings have been around for a very long time. They were actually pioneered by Northrop Grumman. I actually made a Kerbal Space Program video once where I built the YB-49, which was a prototype bomber built by Northrop way back in the 60s. And this is kind of an homage to that. This is only a 25,000 material craft here. The main thing to speak about is its armament. So, what I noticed about the torpedo bomber, the Catalina, that the AI built, is that while it is powerful, the hits don't pack enough punch for its torpedoes to really matter. So rather than get 8 small torpedoes, we have chosen instead 2 very, very large torpedoes. These are not huge, but they are large, and they're just torpedoes. They deliver devastating hits, and they're very good at sinking large ships. Now this is a pusher type plane, which means we have the propellers at the back. There's also a little bit of elevators back here. We got some ailerons on the side. These are kind of an eyesore, so I'll probably try to make them look nicer. We've also just completely bombarded this engine with superchargers. I'm sure this is completely inefficient, but who cares? That's not what we're here for. So we have, this is called the Valentina, and I have named it that because the Kerman has dishonored the Kerbal name, and until we refit it at the end of the series, we're going to need another ship or airplane to represent the Kerbal name. So first, we're going to do some air trials with these. So I'm going to just put them in fleet maneuver mode and order them to move forward. So the Avenger is extremely fast. The Valentina, I forget my own things' names all the time. But the Valentina, not as much. It is still fast, but it is not as fast. So if we hit go here, you can see the Avenger just takes off. It is climbing down towards sea level. These steam jets are really powering it here. So yeah, each jet produces all that thrust, and that comes from the pressure in the boilers, and we have 5 of them. So this thing is absurdly fast. It's very difficult for other ships to hit, and it's very capable, although it is slightly lightly armored. I was like, what is it aiming at? I'm aiming it. So yeah, the autocannons are not the greatest, but they work. Now, more importantly, let that reach its destination here. We have the Valentina here. The Valentina is still quick, but it is kind of slow. Not too bad. Needs a little PID tuning, as you can see here. But it's quite cool to look at. It's also, you'll wonder why I have a bunch of lead back here. If we look at the center of lift and center of mass, I actually could take some of it off, but it helps with the stability. Flying wings, one of their few drawbacks is that they're inherently unstable. But these are our 2 new aircraft. So what I've decided, we have spotted a lone AI Vanguard out in the ocean. We are going to send an entire wing of these fighters and bombers to attack that Vanguard. And we're going to see if we can't destroy it before it can destroy most of our planes. So I've taken us out into the middle of the ocean here, and we are with this lone AI Vanguard. We suspect it was headed back to port for repairs, but today we are going to be attacking it, hopefully destroying it before it can get there. As you can see on the horizon is our air wing. We have 5 Valentinas and 5 Avengers, but we have more planes waiting if things go awry. We are going to take this battleship down no matter how long it takes. So let's get it started here. So you can see the Avengers immediately climb while the Valentinas begin their attack pattern. The Vanguard is engaging us. The Avengers making their first attack run. The autocannons are very, very light damage on the Vanguard. And now let's see. So the torpedoes should be... Yep, here they come. First 2 big ones. You can see... Oh! Torpedoes away from directly above. Oh, that's devastating. However, some of them appear to have missed. What is that? Oh, it's the fuel stacks. Oh, but it appears we have lost a Valentina. One has been hit. The Avengers are already coming in for their second run. Look at how fast those things are. Holy cow. Oh, and this Valentine has been hit as well. Ooh. Devastating hit. However, it did get its torpedoes off first. Let's watch them take this thing down here. Yep, so we are doing significant damage to the Vanguard. And it appears we've only lost 2 Valentinas so far. Let's see. Yep, propulsion systems are down. Oh, those Valentina. This one's about to get fried. It's going in for the dive. Just missed the main battery. Get out of there, buddy. Oh, it's hit. Still going, though. Still going. This thing is dead in the water, so this is prime time for us to bring the attack here. I don't think we've lost... Okay, that Valentina's down. We haven't lost any Avengers yet, as far as I can tell. They're just too fast. It's very difficult for the ships to hit them. However, we are running low on Catalinas. Not Catalinas! I keep forgetting! What are they called? Valentinas, that's right. I shouldn't have named them something so similar. Oh, jeez. Looks like 2 planes going down over there. Big torpedo hit along the belt line. You can see we've actually punctured the hull here. Pretty significantly up front. Pretty decently at the back. The autocannons are not doing much on the Avengers, but the Valentinas are. In fact, are there any left? There's this one. Another torpedo hit on this thing. And there's 2 more at the rear causing big damage to this Vanguard. However, it is still fighting back, and it is doing so quite well. Looks like we have 2 Valentinas remaining in the air. Those torpedoes are going to miss. However, these will not. Let's see the hit here. Big hits. Big hits. It's good. The Vanguard is taking damage. And it appears that it's targeting that Avenger, which is good because the Avenger is so fast. Oh, huge hit on the hull there. We've widened the breach. It does look like 2 torpedoes missed, though. I think we ought to call for reinforcements. So you can see the battle playing out in front of us here. We have called back to base for 4 additional Valentinas to be dispatched. This Vanguard is disabled in the water, so if we can keep it pinned down here, it's only a matter of time before it's destroyed. You can see the Avengers distracting the AA guns while the Valentinas get the big torpedoes in and cause big damage to the Vanguard. We're about to have a whole bunch coming in here. Let's watch them hit. Oh, we had just had a direct hit, actually. Oh, somebody just... Oh, was that an Avenger? I think we just lost an Avenger. That might be one of the first times that's happened. Oh, jeez. So let's check in on the Vanguard here. Looks like it's taken some pretty heavy hits, but none of its critical systems are disabled just yet. Oh, here come 2 torpedoes. Are those going to miss? They are. It's one of the tough parts about torpedoes, especially large ones, is the guidance is not always the best. Oh, there goes 1 Valentina. However, we got these 2 coming in for a bombing run. Main gun's still operational here, but tons of holes. This ship is being chewed up. Here come 2 torpedoes. Huge hit. Although we don't need to take out their boiler. At this point, we need to take out their ammunition. Oh, turret destroyed. There goes a Valentina there. This one's probably about to get shredded. Get out of there, buddy. You're going to get hit. Oh, no. That's 1 engine down. Keep fighting, little Valentina. You can do it. Oh, this isn't good. It's another one down. Have to improve their survivability. Oh, it's about to get split. There it goes. Yep. It's the thing about aircraft like this. You can't cover them in armor or they get super slow. More torpedoes in the bow. That looks like a main gun destroyed. This Vanguard is taking serious hits, and we still have at least 2 operational bombers, 1 Avenger, and 4 operational bombers. Here come 2 Valentina torpedoes. Nice hits on the Vanguard. Still able to shoot back, though. As you can see, the center citadel here of the ammunition and the AI is relatively unharmed. However, it is taking more hits by the minute. Here come 2 more torpedoes. Let's see if these are going to be a hit. It looks like it. Oh, 2 more big hits. This thing is being slowly shredded. Now, if you can imagine what's eventually going to happen, we are going to have these bombers being launched from a carrier while surface combatants are duking it out. So the torpedoes from these Valentinas I actually think are going to be really, really effective in combat. Especially because... that was a big hit. Yeah, especially because the surface combatants in those situations are only going to be focused on other surface combatants rather than any planes. And they certainly won't be dealing with the main battery being fired at them. 2 more big hits. Does this thing even have any... oh, and we're beginning to hit their ammunition storage. However, it is still fighting back. Oh. Nice. Oh, that is the problem about the torpedoes, too. Sometimes if they land too close to the ship, they have a tendency to go under it. 2 more good hits. So I'm thinking that the Avengers probably going to have maybe 6 to 8 of them on a carrier, and then maybe an equal number of Valentinas, I'm thinking. I do think the Valentina is a better investment. That was a very good hit. The Valentina is capable of dealing a lot more damage, whereas the Avenger is like more of an interceptor, obviously. So let's see here. Yeah, we haven't lost any additional planes. And I believe, yeah, the detection systems on this thing are getting progressively weaker. Here come 2 more torpedoes. Let's watch. They're going to go under. Oh. Can be good, actually, if they hit the underbelly of the thing. It's one of the Vanguard's known weaknesses. Our research has shown that a strike at the right portion of this underbelly, like right about here, will blow up the entire ammunition reserves and most of the ship. Which, since I'm the one that built it, that's kind of a slight to me, but it's fine. We live and we learn. One thing we'll be doing at the end of this series is a full refit. I'm going to take every ship, plane, and fortress that we build. We're going to review what's wrong with them, how they could have been improved, and then we're going to improve them, because I think the best part about designing things is getting the chance to iterate. And the Vanguard is the very first ship I built for From the Depths, and it is filled with flaws. And I do mean filled. So let's see here. Are we going to get any more torpedoes off? That Avenger is still... Here come 2. 2 from both sides. This thing's got to be running out of health at this point. I mean, it's almost completely destroyed. Jeez. However, the rear main battery is still intact. Aiming for that Avenger still. That's probably the only reason it's alive, is because the Valentinas are not being targeted. Okay. Waiting for someone to drive the finishing blow on this thing. Let's check the health. So it's at 69% health. You can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 aircraft down, and looks like 5 still in the air. Oof, man. Just so satisfying to watch. You can see the squares here where this is damaged, and the top. Oh, that is bad. Completely unarmored. Here come two. Those are going to miss. They're going under. These two. Oh, and there goes the rear battery, or most of it. Not that they had much of a chance left anyway. So this is the part where normally we would send in a Barracuda or similar to clean up the mess. However, that's not really going to be necessary with this ship because it is completely destroyed. And these bombers can definitely finish the job on their own. Jeez. Look at this thing. Man, it's completely destroyed. And you got to remember the cost of each of these bombers is 25k materials. And the cost of each Avenger is just under 10k. And I believe we sent in, let's see, 9 bombers total. So 9 times 25 is 225, I think. And then 10 times 4 is 40k. Which means that these are about equivalent forces in terms of their material cost. Oh, she's sinking. This would be great news for the human fleet, taking out yet another Vanguard at sea. The AI has continued to lose a stunning number of these Vanguard battleships, probably because they were some of the first ships designed. They're extremely weak. They do not handle themselves well in combat. This thing is, yeah, 62% health. It's pretty much dead. Here comes some more torpedoes. That ammunition is going to get blown up, and we are going to see it. Here it comes. Come on. There it is. Ammunition storage. Oh, it's still intact, actually. Somehow. Direct hits usually destroy it. Oh, my God. Look how we Swiss cheese this poor thing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's watch the hit. Those systems are already destroyed. Don't target them. Oh, come on. This thing's got to be weak. One good hit and she's going to blow. Okay. Those are going to miss. It's completely... One good hit in this area and you're going to sever the bow from the rest of the ship. Oh, is that it? Is that it? Partial detonation. And it looks like it's lost control of most of the turrets here. More detonation. Oh, man. So satisfying to watch. This is a great victory for the human side. Oh, those are going to be a good hit. Oh, look at that. Chop the bow right off. And she is sinking. How much health does this thing have left? 48%. And there it is. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. An air wing just destroyed an AI battleship. That is a first in the history of this combat. And most of the work was done by these beautiful Valentina bombers. Holy cow, that's a lot. Tell them survivors to move out here. Let's see if they'll actually obey orders. I gotta put them in. There we go. There they go. So we're gonna call that a success. But there's one more test that these planes are gonna have to undergo before we fully consider them successful. So we can only expect that if we ambush an AI battleship like that, we're gonna see resistance from the AI fleet. So what's happening here, I've sent out 4 Avengers to escort the surviving Valentinas back to our home base. However, there is an air wing of 10 Corsairs between us and that. So we only have 5 operational Avengers here, and the Valentinas have no way to combat other planes. They only have their torpedoes. So we're about to test just how effective this Avenger is against the Corsairs the AI built. So we're going to do a little fly along here. That looks like more than 10, actually. You can see the Valentinas deploying their torpedoes, even though they're not going to do anything against... Oh, and there come the rockets from the Corsairs. Okay, this is going to get dizzying real fast. Let's look at the map here. Okay, the map is broken. Where? Okay, there. All the planes are over here. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Okay, we are in combat. I don't really know what's going on here. I'm just going to see which planes drop out of the sky and which don't. So we've got at least 10, if not more, Corsairs against 5 Avengers. Wow, look at all these planes just going at it. Phew. I don't even know what to look at. Oh, looks like, is that a Corsair? Somebody just got hit. I can't tell what is even going on here, honestly. Looks like all these Corsairs are chasing this one Avenger, but it's just too fast. Oh my gosh. Look at all those planes. Yeah, and again, this is a case where the rockets from the Corsair are kind of ineffective because against a big target like a battleship, it's pretty likely that the rockets can score a hit. However, against a smaller target, such as a fellow plane, the rockets are only going to cause problems. Okay, guys, that's a little too close. These three are about to take each other out. I'm still seeing... There's 3 Valentinas. There's the... Is that the 4th? I can't keep track of these guys. Can't tell for sure. Not seeing any sunken planes yet. Somebody took a hit here. Oh, it's a Corsair. Goodbye, poor Corsair's tail. Oh, and there goes one. That was also a Corsair, I think. Oh no, that was actually an Avenger. That is not good. And what are these all dead planes? Yeah, these are from previous combat. Oh boy, okay, so this will be really interesting. I can't really tell what's going on. I'm sorry. I can't narrate like I usually do because I just have no idea what's what here. Yeah, that doesn't help. I'm gonna turn that off. That's a downed Corsair. What about an aerial view? Maybe that will help. All 4 Valentinas are still flying just fine. Jeez. You can pick out the Avengers pretty easily because they're way faster than anything else. That one just almost got hit by a rocket. I would be seriously impressed if anyone managed to score a hit. Let me do my part and contribute here. From the cockpit of this Avenger. Let's watch this attack run here. Come on, buddy. You got to score some hits. That one Corsair that we shot down is still fighting from the water. It's at least as best as it can. Oh, man. Look at all these guys go. I can't really tell if anyone is scoring hits. That Corsair has been damaged. There go the rockets again. Oh, there's a plane down. Let's see what it is. Corsair, I think. Yep, Corsair down. This one has been... What, AI destroyed? Or is it just... Nope. Nope, it's just out of... Unable to function. Interesting. So as the battle wages on, the Corsairs continue to go down, but they are inflicting losses, so... I'm gonna try to select all of our Valentinas here, if I can. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to tell them to evacuate. How about you guys just go over there by yourselves? Okay. So the Valentinas are leaving combat, which means we'll save the most expensive air wing here. There's really no reason for them to remain here. And the Avengers will continue to fight on against the Corsairs. So here, let's follow along with our Valentinas here. They're still trying to fight back. Oh, hang on. Is this one damaged? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where are you? Oh, it's up here. Okay. It must be damaged. Oh, yeah. This one's taking damage. That's bad. These three are escaping, though, successfully, and it looks like no one is tailing them, as far as I can tell. Maybe that Corsair? Nope, it's not. Okay, let's order them all the way out of battle here. Okay. And let's go back to our character on the Avenger. I can't hit anything, guys. It's kind of fun to ride along in this thing. Call this the open cockpit configuration. No glass. You just wear some goggles and hope for the best. Look at this thing go. Oh my gosh. So cool. Alright, so it looks like this battle could potentially take a while. So I'm going to call in some reinforcements from our base. Oh, another one just went down. Oh, nope. That's the same Corsair. I'm going to call in some reinforcements to help us clean up this mess. So arriving from our base, we have a Hammerhead carrier here accompanying what could potentially be its air wing in the near future. And hopefully this is going to help us clean things up. The battery of the Hammerhead is notoriously good at destroying planes because it is HE, which is very good at destroying light armor planes like these Corsairs. And it doesn't appear that any of the Corsairs are targeting the Hammerhead itself. There goes one falling out of the water. That one is also destroyed, and that one is damaged critically, which is why it's flying in circles. Oh, this thing, it took a hit. Get hit by rockets or something? Must have been. Are we still in the air? Yup, our plane is still flying here. See, there's the Hammerhead. Hope you guys don't get motion sick like I do, because this is wild. Oh, man. There's another Corsair down, it looks like. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep, this guy's down. This guy's flying in circles. That one's still operable. So is that one. Are any other ones operable? That one's doing loop-de-loops. Those planes are all destroyed. Are these Valentinas, though? They are. Yes, so that's old wreckage. Oh, one of them just got split. Good hit from the Hammerhead here. One of our most extensive detection suites ever put on board a human ship is on board the Hammerhead. The reason for that being, if it is to have an air wing, it should be able to provide intelligence for said air wing. However, despite all that detection, it still is not able to not hit itself. Okay. So, this Corsair is just circling, it's disabled. This one, I believe, is also just circling. Yeah, this one's busted. Let's go back to our Avenger here. Looks like we're being chased. Actually, none of these Corsairs are still operational. Except for this one and that one. So only two. Maybe that guy. Oh, and not anymore on this one. This one's just been hit. Okay, okay. So we don't need to see this all the way through. You guys get the point. Basically, the Avenger is very, very quick, so it's very difficult for the other aircraft to hit it. However, it is also slightly weak. This is something I might try to remedy in the future, but on the other hand, it's something that I might consider leaving as is, because the Avenger is not really intended to be a powerful plane. It's intended to be fast, to intercept other planes, and to perform missions exactly like this, where it allows more expensive planes to leave combat, such as the Valentinas, which, out of the 4 that survived the engagement with the Vanguard, 3 out of them made it. So that's pretty good. And the rest of these, since they're still floating, will be salvageable. They will be tough to repair. For example, this is not much of a plane, but we will be able to salvage those. Additionally, the Hammerhead has proven its capability as an airbase. Although we have not actually based aircraft on it yet, it is clearly a capable combatant. Just took out another Corsair there. And when we do add the air wing to the Hammerhead, they're going to be a very potent combo. But anyway, once again, as we begin to get more and more ships and planes constructed in Project Prometheus, you can expect a lot more combat. We're going to start doing episodes that are more combat focused. We've been preparing for an offensive against the AI for quite some time now, and I have a feeling we're almost ready. Our fleet is really coming together. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. If you want to participate in Project Prometheus, we have a Discord server, and there is a rule set in the description. It's very simple, and we encourage anyone who's interested to do it. As you see from these videos, my builds are anything but perfect. So if you build it and it either floats or flies, that's cool with me. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.